Hey gang, Hammersill here. As you can see, this is Reacher and his Kamikaze. This is some pretty choice matchmaking. Tier 5 and Tier 4 only, and no CV. That's about as good as it gets when you're playing the Kamikaze. So, Reacher apparently had a field day here, and we're going to watch it together. He has spawned on the northeast edge of the map. It is obviously an epicenter game mode, and Reacher is wasting no time getting into the cap circles. Who will he encounter first? Nicholas, T-22, or Mitsuki? He's slowing down, taking it easy, allowing the cruiser behind him to get a little bit closer. And he's accelerating again. Just a heads up, as a DD main, sometimes it is not a bad idea to let a cruiser get a little bit closer. Generally speaking, when a cruiser, especially a Royal Navy or a British light cruiser, gets spotted by the enemy team, pretty much with anybody at all is going to put shells on it because it's made of paper. And that'll give you some idea where everybody's at. Your mileage may vary, but I have found that on occasion to be a not unwise approach. So, Reacher he's going to go ahead and go in between these islands. A little bit risky, easy to get spotted in here by enemy DDs. He's smoking up for his friendly cruiser. Let's see whether or not this Royal Navy crew... Oh, no, it's a bot. So that bot is in big trouble. Down goes the bot. That's one kill and 12,600 damage for Reacher. Bots are usually pretty good at avoiding torpedoes, but he didn't really have much chance there. Kamikaze torpedoes reload very quickly, and Reacher is positioning himself to take advantage of this smoke, trying to get a cap advantage, but no such luck. All he's doing now is preventing the enemy team from getting these points. His friendly light cruiser pushed up around the corner right into all of those big guns and promptly got blapped. Enemy Nicholas, who also got blapped early, already conceding defeat. Well, I don't think it's as bad as the enemy Nicholas made out, but I guess it's going to be before it's over. You can see that of the ships on the red team that are in the cap, most of them are in the outer circle. Reacher's team, with the exception of the Koenig, have all moved into the cap circle. And a lot of them are on the inside two rings, that's pretty amazing. That, at least in my experience, does not really happen all that often. Now if you look at the minimap, if you're not a DD player, you can see that kind of pale green circle around Reacher's ship. That's his detection radius. He's using something in the mod station that just changes how these things look. Now he's playing against a battleship there who is plainly a fairly inexperienced captain, and who was not aware that when you spot a Kamikaze, you need to get your nose pointed toward it, or your tail pointed toward it as soon as possible. Sailing in a straight line, broadside, to the likely trajectory of incoming torpedoes It's almost bound to get you sunk. And in that case, although it wasn't Reader's torpedo that finished him off, he lost so many of his HP that somebody else was able to one-shot him. And Reader is not slowing down. Pushing right in. Now he's throwing the torpedoes out there at the Koenig, but the Koenig's moving away, so the chances of those torpedoes getting there are pretty slender. Might have dropped on the New York instead. It was pushing toward him, but as was mentioned a minute ago, his torpedoes reload really fast, so he's going to get another shot at it here in about 10 seconds or so. Now, I might be accelerating away at this point myself, just to make sure that New York does not see me and has no reason to change direction. Reader's up to go ahead and throw the torpedoes out and smoke up, and just count on the New York commander not having a clue and sailing in a straight line. But the New York captain apparently spotted the smoke and is turning to avoid the torpedoes. Still, we're 6 minutes in, more or less. Reader's already got 56,000 damage, and he's hunting this New York like a animal. Poor New York. New York is very slow. Svetlana goes down. Reader's team is not looking too good, but I think Reader's going to finish off the New York. That evens things out a bit. So now, I'll point out that the Nicholas, who was complaining that his team was, sitting back or running away, well, that's not always a bad strategy. Sometimes you can bait the enemy team into overcommitting, overextending, which is kind of what a lot of Reader's team did. And most of those guys got blapped that we were looking at a few minutes ago there inside the inner cap circles. Now Reader's going to go ahead and push in around this island. He's got to be careful. The T-22 was last seen in the area, although it is likely that the T-22 has pushed south in an effort to get ahead of one or more of these battleships down there. There's the T-22. You can see that Reader's not in the detection range of the T-22. The enemy Svetlana goes down. It looks like Reader's considering making a gun attack here. The T-22 is almost dead, and he can finish him right here. Go ahead and pull the trigger, Reach. Oh! Somebody beat you to it. You'd have had him otherwise. Now what's this Myogi gonna do? It looks like, as long as Reader remains undetected, that Myogi is going to sit there until sunk. And Reader is wisely staying out of detection range. As long as that Myogi doesn't move, he is dead. Good guys are up almost 600 points to the bad guys 320. And looks like Reader's got a mind to move south and see if he can't help his team down here. Myogi waited a little too long to get going.
Pays the ultimate price.
Friendly Bisbee's about to lock down the center cap there. Furataka looks like he's going to try and get out of harm's way. I think he's trying to avoid the battleship guns. Now, if Furataka comes through that gap, chances are very good that he's going to get hit by either Reader's torpedo. Well, Reader got a little too close, got himself spotted. And manages to avoid damage. But getting spotted made sure that the Furataka was never in a million years going to push through that gap. So I will stress very important when you're playing DDs. If it is a torpedo boat in particular, if you can remain unseen, that's your best bet. 111,000 damage. We're 10 minutes into the game. Reader has landed 12 torpedoes, sunk 3 enemy ships. He's got 4 floods, a couple of incapacitations, and he spotted a ship. Great game so far, and it's not over yet. Now there are the Furitaka torps. That's about as close as it gets right there. Reader might get lit up here in a second by the Mitsuki. Oh no, Furitaka got him. It's a good thing the Furitaka had already pulled the trigger on the Visby, because otherwise that shot would almost certainly have been on Reader. Koenig is not going to poke his head out there. Mitsuki probably has torps in the water already, but if he doesn't, he's probably throwing them out ahead of Reader. Mitsuki's accelerating forward now. Yeah, he's going to turn around. Got some torps behind him. Got his engine. He repaired. Well, if I were Reader, I'd say I'll take it. A detonation is still a kill. Mitsuki player gets some free signals. Reader gets his 4th kill. He can avoid getting spotted here. Now he's getting awful close. It's gonna be narrow here. There we go. There's the Confederate award. Reader is avoiding being spotted. You can use the island here in a second. And those torpedoes just missed the mark. He's got a Furitaka pushing up behind him. Blind fired him and hit him. He's detected again. Might be a good idea. There it is to smoke. Furitaka, if he hasn't already, is probably going to throw the torpedoes out of that side of the ship. It takes a while to turn in, and then they turn in. Usually that means torpedoes. Now he's hydroed and spotted. Furitaka fired a little too soon. Yeah, there are the torpedoes. Oh, he went with a widespread, the Furitaka. That was a bad idea. Reader easily avoids those. And if this Koenig doesn't die to the friendly Koenig, Reader's liable to get his Kraken right here. It's going to be over any second, so I'm going to say right now, great game, Reader, and thank you very much for sending this file. This was very fun to watch, and you did a heck of a job. And thanks to all of you for watching with me. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.